go live on the YouTube as well. Hopefully, I'm live there as well because I know some people are waiting for this recording. And if I'm not gonna record this, I might have some problems. So I don't want to do that. So if someone can also verify that we are live on the YouTube, that would be really helpful. That would be hella helpful. Okay. Okay, so with that being said, let's run the quick giveaways as we always do before the people join. Let's run this thing super quick. 20k DFL, just like that. Snap. Let's see. Let's see who win this one. We're gonna run two more. Then we're gonna have some questions answered. Then we're gonna run some more giveaways, and just like that, we're gonna have fun. Congrats on the win, sir. W to you. 20k DFL will go your way. Did you win the last time, or am I mistaken? I'm growing suspicion about the stuff that you're doing. But let's run another one. Let's run this thing as well. Let's see who will be the winner of this one. GM, sir. GM. Welcome. You came in the right time to win the gateway. Let's see. Unfortunately, not. Seems like the guy wins. It was not lucky for you guys, but congrats on the win. DFL win 20k. DFL will go your way. Let's run another one real quick. Anyone see guys how you are not even trying to say now you gotta do 40k DFL giveaway because you know that I have to do 20k. I need that 20k myself as well a lot. So you know that that as well now, and you're not asking for that. So that's good of you. That's professionalism, I would say. Let's see who is the winner of this giveaway then. It's Oli. Congrats on the win, Oli. 20k DFL will go your way. And I'm just gonna do one more here before we even get the things going, right? Why not? We have to do this. Just for the vibe, just for the community, for everything. Let's see this. Okay, I'm gonna react to this. If I win this one, I'll be happy. I'll be happy about that. But it's I'm not happy. But Eloquim is happy. 20k DFL will go your way, Eloquim. Congrats, sir. Okay. You know what? Just for fun, we gotta do one more. Just for the vibes, just for the boys and the girls in here. So we gotta do one more. Because I won one, I just feel like I have to do that again. It's just the feeling that is here for me. But I'm gonna react to this myself. If I win again, I'm gonna take it. Don't you worry, guys, about that. Oh, hello, Marxus, you're here. Hello, GM. Okay, let's see. Is it starting or finishing? We were just getting started. We just did the giveaways. Congrats on the win, Rico. We just had the different prize winners, which is always nice to see that it's not someone who is farming 20k DFLs, like winning 3 or 4 times. So it's always nice to see that. Okay, so with that being said, I'm going to start today's Farmer Souls. I'm going to dive into the details about Alpaca launch, about the Solana Floor partnership, about like how the stuff worked, the file and mobile, which is called Only Farms pretty much for now. And yeah, just go through some stuff as we always do. Okay, so first of all, I'm gonna before I start even to answer some questions, I'm gonna go and say that appreciate each one of you guys for tuning into the Alpaca Dash. We were not really expecting that after this time the activity would be like the one that we have right now, because like the market is not doing great, especially in gaming. And uh, you guys know, like, I'm not gonna dive into the details and just say everything, but like you guys know, the gaming is not really there on Solana right now. So I really thought that activity would be lower, like having 200, like 200 plus alpacas in the tournament. We actually were expecting to be like 50, 70 kind of people in the tournament. So we had to even scale servers a little bit to make sure that the tournaments are running smoothly. Yeah, I'm gonna also talk about like um, how the tournaments will be the working, and how are like the what's the logic behind the way it works, the way it is like decided who wins, who proceeds, and how many rounds are gonna be, and so on. So first of all, before we go there, it's like I'm gonna just like quickly just discuss about overall like how's the Alpaca Dash launch. So as you guys know, we waited for some time to make sure that the Alpaca Dash was launched nicely, and some people knew about that. So that's why we decided we were going to partner up with Solana Floor team, and they are doing a really nice job. They are creating some really nice videos. Let me quickly check how many views these like the Solana Floor video that they did has right now. The video they did has 507,000 views right now, uh, which is really nice. And they were not expecting. I was not expecting myself. Even they were not expecting it to do this well. But they said like the short video formats really work nicely. Especially it's a visual, and it's video, and also it's like a little bit different from the current market kind of statement. So it's like everyone liked it, and engagement was nice and everything. So having 500,000 views on this like a launch video was amazing. And apart from that, the having the videos that they're creating, and like the posters and everything is really nice. They're gonna do the same for all the farms they found mobile, and all different things. So that's really great, and I'm really happy that we waited for like a week or something, for or 2 weeks to just like get the thing going and partnership going with them. That's really well spent money, in my opinion. So yeah, that went live, and Alpaca Dash launched on Monday, and it we already had like a lot of races, a lot of activity, and we had a lot of feedback. As you guys know, on the first day, on Monday, and a little bit of on Tuesday as well, the game was super slow. It was laggy. It was like everything was doing some kind of. There were some problems, but we super fast got on the servers, and fixed a lot of different problems. And now it's way smoother, and we updated some information and everything. So now it works better. We're gonna be improving the game a little bit more as well as time goes. But yeah, overall, I'm pretty happy with the launch and how it went. Um, if we could have done way better, of course, on different things, but for now, I believe it was like something that we were not really even expecting to do this well, and now we're pretty happy with the results. I'm gonna say this. Um, Also, there are some suggestions that we're going to be taking into account later in the coming patches as well, to make sure that user experience is better. But also, the thing is that the game feels like it's polished. I know that there are some improvements that need to be done outside of the UX as well, on the rules and the backend and everything. And but like, just be sure we're gonna be improving on that as well, and making sure everything works fine. Before I also start to answer some questions, I'm gonna also want to talk about the tournaments. The tournaments is like the way it works, so you are not really super kind of amazed or maybe disappointed how it works. Is that I've explained this before, but I'm gonna say this again. Whenever you register before Saturday, everyone can register for free with any alpacas that you have. The thing is that if you have an alpaca, this is a free tournament. It's not a paid tournament, so you can just like just join for free and expect nothing, right? You just join for free. It doesn't even block your alpaca from racing in just the normal races, so it's like no brainer, right? So the prize is not gonna be huge in this like tournament. So it's not gonna be you winning $1,000 or whatever for this tournament. It's a free tournament. It's mainly just to test the idea, test to see how everything works. If it's done nicely, what's the UX? Is it laggy? Because like we have to raise 200 plus alpacas at the same time, which is like a really big problem for the scaling actually and the server and everything. So it's like experiment. So a lot of things might go wrong on this first tournament because like we have not really tested in a real case on the mainnet with like all the people trying to play at the same time. So we'll see how that goes, but overall it feels nice and everything. So the way it works is that whatever the amount of the people are registered, it's a little bit tricky, and on the back end as well, it was a little bit weird to write the code for this. But the thing is, it's an Olympic system, right? So let's say there are like the people, some will get disqualified. So in round one and then round two, there will some more even disqualify, and then continue and continue like this until we have one race left. And in this one race, everyone gonna race, and the prize will be distributed to these final racer participants. So if you win the final race, you get like 100k DFL. If you got on the second place, you get 80k DFL, and so on and so on. The entire prize pool as of now is 500k DFL for the first tournament. So if you go like on the 20th or the 30th place, you're not getting anything for now. We might change that later, but that's the first iteration, and it might be different later. The thing is that why is it tricky is that as the number of participants can vary from tournament to tournament, in one might be 200 alpacas, in the next could be 223, and the next one could be 285, and so on. So like as numbers are different, we cannot equally split the alpacas into the races. So in the round one, there might be, if there are 200 alpacas, there are going to be 20 races of 10 different alpacas, right? But if there is like 201, there might be, or like 209, there might be like 10, 10, 10, 10, and so on, and one race could be the 9. So we are trying to divide the alpacas in the even amounts, but it's not going to be always even. So sometimes in one race, eight from like 10 participants, 5 may proceed for the next race, but like from some races it could be 6 proceeding for the next race or 4 proceeding for the next race, and so on. Also, as let's say we get down to the how much 23 alpacas into like one before the final race. As we are in 23 alpacas, how do we divide this 23 in like different lobbies? If we do like 10, 10, and 3, it's not fair. So if we do like 8, 8, and 7, that's more fair. So like we decided that we're gonna try to divide into the even numbers and plus minus 1. So like in the 20, if there, let's say, are 23 participants before the final race, we're gonna do 8, 8, and 7, and the people will go. So the next race is gonna be like 3, 3, and 4, and it's gonna be random which race from which race who's gonna go. So it's gonna be 3 or 4. So you get the idea what I'm saying. So the thing is that on every single new stage, about half of the participants will be eliminated, and will be kind of proceeding for the next race. So when you see the brackets, so let's say the tournament starts, you're gonna see the brackets. You're gonna find your alpacas. You will have to go into the lobby, choose the skills for your alpacas, and wait for the race. The race will happen, and if you get qualified for the next bracket, then you will first of all you will have to wait for all the races to finish, and then the new brackets will be live. You will see where you are randomized again, and you will see where you're ending, where you're racing. Then you will have to race again, choose the skills, and race again. And if you win and qualify and get to the latest stage, if you go into the finals, you will have the final race. And if you win there, or if you get like any place there, you're gonna be getting the prizes both in XP as well as the DFL. For now, if I'm not mistaken, I have to double check, but if you win the tournament, you're gonna be getting 100k DFL on that alpaca, as well as 5,000 XP on that alpaca. On second place, it's like 4,000 XP and 80,000 DFL, and like so on. The numbers will be tweaked. We just will see, like, no matter what we do on this first race, first tournament, some stuff will be wrong, some stuff will be needed to adjust, and some there will be some kind of ideas you guys will also have to make sure that the game is better. But that's okay, and that's why this is the first tournament. Like, we can change a lot of things later. So I'm just like letting you know how it works, so you're not like expecting anything other like something crazy, and that's exactly how this tournaments will work. So now I'm gonna just start to dive into the questions. You guys have some questions, I will answer those, and if you have any extra questions, feel free to drop in the question channel, and I'm gonna cover that as well. So one of our so there are like 4 questions that I was like DM'd, and I've been DM'd like several from by several different people, some different questions, but mainly this 4 questions cover pretty much everything, like from different people that were I was asked. It could be a little bit in a different form, but like I do believe the answers will cover everything. So first of all, the question is about the skill points. So you might have noticed that there were like, let's say the tier 1 skill was costing 4 skill points, and like tier 3 sometimes was costing 1 skill point. So there was a bug. There was like a mistake that we did. Like someone, I'm not really sure like what happened exactly, but the backend code of the skill trees was changed, and it was like a little bit weird. But as soon as we noticed that, we fixed that, and now it's pretty much the way it should be. And also, the skill points will be refunded. So let's say if you spent 4 points to unlock the tier 1 skill point, you will be getting refund. I'm not sure if Levi maybe already did the refund, but it should have happened. If not, it will be happening like really, really soon. So if you spend some skill points on the skills that should not be costing much, you will be getting refunded. So yeah, that's pretty much about this first question. Second question is that um, so like Solana is at all-time highs, as you guys know, and how are we doing? So what's the plan for the future? How are we launching? How are we continuing to grow the project, or how are we? What are the plans overall? So I've covered this many times before as well, but as you guys know, even though Solana is at all-time high, not really all-time highs, as if now it's like a 50% off, pretty much like 40% off the all-time highs. But like the markets are doing well. Bitcoin is high, even though the market crashed like today. But overall, it's like a good situation on the markets. But the problem is that, as you guys know, the narratives change, and what it was popular in like several years ago is not popular anymore, and no one cares about that. So right now there are like this stable coins, the treasuries of the companies, and like all the buzz around that, and the token launches and launchpads are even getting boring right now. Pump fund is dying pretty much. It's kind of crazy to see that. But the gaming has been dying for like 3 years. There are no games that are doing well right now. I can guarantee that. And now I'm always talking with different gaming projects. So we have a group in Telegram, and everyone is pretty much in a really, really bad situation. Like some people are trying to do what they can, and they have no users and everything, and they have not launched anything new in years. So in terms of that, I guess like we're doing nicely. We have not stopped development, and we launched the Alpaca Dash. The next we're gonna be launching in DeFi and mobile, then the Packet Tails and everything. So I would say that in comparison of like the product itself, I guess we're doing well. But of course, financially, it's not like that. Everyone is struggling, and with the runway, pretty much that we have is like a few more months basically as of now. If nothing changes, if there is no, let's say, DFL price going up a lot, or NFTs going up a lot, or like getting a lot of attention, we definitely are like potentially looking to like try to find something new, some new home, or try to move the chain, or get some more attention somehow to keep the things going. But we will see how that goes. But as of now, I cannot really say that we are in a great situation. I would lie about that. But we have some options which I've also covered before. It's like a running network, Sui network, like several different places. Because Solana Gaming is doing nothing at all, and they are pretty much like, as of now, Solana Gaming itself is like just eating the money of Solana. Is paying Solana Gaming. Actually, just for you guys know, Solana Gaming is a separate entity which is ran by random people, which is not Solana team. They are basically hired by Solana team to have pretend that they are doing something on Solana Gaming. So they are not doing anything. They are just like paying themselves, cash grabbing Solana money, and that's it. So Solana Gaming is doing nothing at all to support Solana, and the game, Solana games. So because of that, we might just decide to move to Sui or run it or somewhere places if we get a good deal that they're gonna be pushing, not giving us the money, but giving us the support, giving us the media coverage, giving us the some customer acquisition channels and so on. So if we get that, I guess with the games like Alpaca Dash or the DeFi Mobile and DeFi Land itself as well, we have a shot to keep going and doing it well. So we're gonna try that. We're gonna explore those options in coming month, I guess, from September. But if let's say we have to stay on Solana and there's not much going on, yeah, the stuff is not looking great. And yeah, Solana gaming is getting, and like gaming overall, but Solana gaming especially is getting no love. So we have invested our own money, as you guys know. We have. I've also like realized a lot of good trades to fund the salaries for the people in here. But that can't just happen all the time because like my resources are also limited, unfortunately. And we might have to go to the bad places. But like that's as of now, we have some options, as I said, and we're gonna try to do our best to make some waves, keep the things going, and create some fun experiences. So that's pretty much the way it is as of now in terms of where we are and what kind of run rate we have. What is the structure of the project now? So the developers, so we cannot definitely, I've said this before as well, we cannot really maintain all the developers, especially as like inflation and all the salaries going up for IT people. Like we cannot really maintain, like because like the team, let's say we have like Levi, Zeke, Reiner, like the people like that, they are really really good professionals and they are really good developers. And average salary, like I'm even on the lower end for this kind of developers, like 6-7K at least on lower end per month. So having like 15 developers, designers, and everything is like at least 100K per month, which is like 1.2 mil per year. It's just in salaries, not to even count the backend infrastructure costs, RPC, all the running of the softwares and everything. So not the office and everything. So we don't have that kind of money. So we talked with like a lot of the people, and some of them are on the part time, some of them are like on the full time, but like mainly is everyone like as of now the core team is like who are really still active a lot is like 8 people, and some of them like if we have let's say some tasks that need some specific people, let's say Reiner is not really an active community member like our active developer anymore, but like he has written a lot of code, and let's say we need some help from him. He's our friend, and we have good communication with him and everything, and he's pretty always open to come and help, and he has done many times even during the last couple of weeks. So that's like currently how the team people are here. And right now we have no plans to recruit the new ones because like there is no money for that. But let's say if we scale, if we get some secure the funding, if we secure some kind of additional grants or whatever, we of course want to bring some of the old people back, but also get some new hires to get the things going faster, to develop new kind of maps, make sure that everything is better, and like make sure that we do nicely. But yeah, like about the fundraising as well, there is like if you are a Web3 game on Solana, there is zero chance, and I'm gonna double down on that. I want to bet some money that there is no way you can fundraise right now. There's just literally no way unless you are friends with like your like the VC that the investor that you have is like your cousin or your wife's brother or something like that. Other than that, there's just zero way you can raise the funds from for the game in the Web3 right now. I can guarantee you that. How is the project integrated into the wider Solana system? And it was built about Solana Gaming Initiative. So as I was saying about this, Solana Gaming is doing nothing. They're just eating the money. They're wasting the money and just they're paying themselves good salaries, and they are doing literally zero for Solana games. You can confirm that with any other Solana game. And it's just an unfortunate fact, but that's the way it is. So right now, Solana has zero interest to push any Solana games. If you look at the Solana Twitter account or anything, they are. It's really sad to see, but I know this for a fact as well. They are pushing the project that the founders or Solana Foundation team members are invested in themselves directly. Because like you go to the Solana account and you just see that you're quote tweeting some random brand new project with zero follow like 100 followers that has anonymous team, and like no one ever know about that, but like they are retweeting, they are saying like this is the future, like they are creating the promo videos for them for free. I mean, like because like they are financially motivated to do so. So, but about the existing games, no one is not really caring. So, to answer this question, we're not integrated there, and there is zero. Also, the foundation team changed, and there are the people who just do not care unless it's like they financially have upside to help you, and that's really sad. That's why we are looking to kind of see and explore Ronin and Swing Network and everything to see how that goes. But thanks for the questions. I really appreciate that. If you will have any follow-up questions, feel free to drop that by, and I'm gonna read that and let you guys know. How much am I getting at the end of a season? That's a good question. Depends on where you end up on a leaderboard. If you end up on the number one place, maybe you get some decent amount of the prizes, but the total prize pool will be 10k. The exact criteria of like how much when you're gonna earn is not there, but yeah, we're gonna be trying to fairly distribute this 10k to the players and alpacas. Any ideas how to get new blood to try out the Alpaca Dash? Maybe some free races. Yeah, so it's tricky to kind of have like balanced game. So you cannot really have this kind of in a single multiplayer. You cannot really make grinders happy as well as the newbies happy. It's not possible unless you have like two different modes or different stuff. What we have, for example, is like the rules that say if you have won a single race, you cannot go into this race, or you have like this many podium finishes, you cannot participate. What we might do, and that might be the right thing to do, is like have those kind of races more often. Right now, the races are fully randomized, so whenever there is like a, let's say there are like 100 races right now live, you can register. When we are adding 101st another race, we are randomizing both pretty much the rules as well as the obstacles and everything. The map is randomized, the weather is randomized, the obstacles are randomized, the amount of the entrance fee and everything is randomized. So overall, in the long run, everything should be equally distributed, but maybe it's not a really good idea and it should not be equally distributed. So maybe there should be more races for the newbies. There should be more races for some people who are falling behind because they can now win races and they need to farm some XP. I agree on that, but then like it's happening on the terms and on the like you're disbalancing the amount of races for the active racers, the grinders, because if you are not going to satisfy them, they might be get upset. Like the people who have like a lot of alpacas, they want to race a lot with even good alpacas, and if you are making them upset, and they can like race several times per day only, that's also bad. So it's like a fine tuning the right parameters to see which numbers makes most sense. I'm not saying at all that current distribution is good, but we as a community should really figure out how to make this do better. But maybe some free races, as you said, could be a thing. But then like anyone can participate for free, right? So some other and so like those great one-of-one alpacas can still come there and beat you. So like the rules are the solution there. But like some other NFT integrations that also can be done, but it takes a lot of time and development resources that we do not really have right now on animations and also on the visuals, mainly on that, to be honest. And we don't have that much of a resource on our team as of now, but we can 100% do that once we are in a better situation. Then we did some more giveaways. Questions: how are the new races generated? I do believe I've just answered the question, while I was talking about the previous question. But like, yeah, it's randomized pretty much fully, and yeah, like we're picking the random map with the random obstacles, and whatever ends up in the random, that's the new race. Would like to pay some DFL to customize rules maps myself. I'm not really sure what you mean by paying DFL to customize rules yourself, Because like let's say what you're gonna do is like you pay the DFL so that you have exact rules for your alpaca. Let's say if your alpaca has endurance 33, you're gonna pick that alpacas to have like the less than 33, less than 34 endurance, and you create the custom lobby optimized for your alpaca, or maybe you see that your alpaca is really good in the call, you create that kind of race. I'm not really sure if that makes sense, but if you meant something else, please let me know. But yeah, customizing the maps and everything, we were talking about that before. Let's say ownership of the maps, where you can be owner and receive some fee from the people that are racing on there. Those things 100% can happen. Just like once again, needs some development, needs some hard commitment, and some development resource to get the things done. So, but 100% we can do that. And also the banners to have like the advertisements and everything on the map. That's also pretty possible. Just like right now, no one gonna pay any advertisement fee, unless we have a lot of players. And once we have a lot of players, we can do that as well. I tried to join, but I saw some alpacas were super strong with full skill, so I decided not to. Yeah, I guess that is like the rules are the solution there, and yeah, we're gonna see how we can change this distribution of the rules and probability. Instead of randomizing everything, maybe we increase the probability of like specific rules to make sure people are happy. Also, my concern. That's why I'm asking about new race generated. Yeah, I get it. Um, More 10K games from me. Yeah, 100%, sir. 20K DFL gives you two good, really good races. I'm picking only races with favorable rules for my alpaca. Not all alpacas are good enough for the current rule set, so they are stuck at level 1. Yeah, I mean, I get it. I understand that currently myself as well. And I've also had to experience that myself as well. It's like you like go on like specific sacrifice, you pay this entrance fee just to get 6p, and that could be the way. And I'm not gonna say it's unfair. That's like the part of the game, but we'll see if there's something we can do about that. There are many lobbies with the rules like has I won. Yeah, I mean there are many lobbies like this, but maybe they are not enough. So I'll have to really check and analyze how many they are. Maybe we need to increase the amount of those and see how that goes. Two rules in the game, I think could be a solution. So what you mean, like let's say you should have one win only, or like less than one wins, and the overall stats should be less than 300. That's what you mean. But I do believe that it's not needed because let's say if you go into the races that like are stuff like you should not have any wins at all, and you lose there and several times, at some point you will get a win because like all those people who are beating you cannot really participate there anymore because uh, they won, so they are not really qualified for the rule there anymore. So I'm not really sure if there's like a need of that specific additional rule on top of that. I might be wrong, but let me know. How many different users in the tournament? I'm not really sure about the number. I can check that. Like how many are there? But right now, let's check like how many players are there. Um, let me quickly check like how many players are registered so far for this race. Tournaments. There are, oh, what the hell? There were like 225 yesterday. Currently we have 343. There are gonna be a lot of races, guys. Hopefully the backend servers can really hold this one. Because yeah, registering 343 alpacas means they're gonna be at least 35 35 different race lobbies at the bracket 1, then like 15 different races, then like 7, 5, 2, and then 1 races. So they're gonna be, this room is gonna be stretched for a long time. It might take several hours till it finishes, just for you to know. Okay, let's continue with the questions. The rules regards max wins kind of address that compare with the rules of stat, but we have with many rules making sure. Yeah, the problem, yeah, like the more rules you put on the lobby makes it harder to the lobby to fill up. So there might be like only some, because like not everyone is online all the time, right? So let's say there is a race coming that you should have less than 2 wins, and also you should have a speed less than 40. There might not be many players who have those kind of alpacas online that time, so you might just get like this that race cannot maybe not even start. There might be just 1 or 2 participants because let's say I have not won, but my speed is more than 40. So it's like it just minimizes the amount of qualified players, which also minimizes the chances that the race can even happen. So that's a little bit problematic. Issues with the max wins is with the races with the max cap. Max cap are racing with them by default is good for near, but cap winners if not. 2 rule per game. Yeah, I mean, like, I get a point, but that's a problem. Like which I already said, what's the problem with like several rules? What is the deadline to join a tournament? I believe it's like Saturday. Like currently, let's see. Uh, so registration ends in 13 hours and 23 minutes. I'm like 11. I'm not sure what I said. I said 13. 11 hours and 23 minutes. So the racing. So pretty much, yeah, whatever the time is gonna be for you. And then the tournament is gonna start at the 3 p.m. I do believe UTC time, or not, something like that. Um, okay, let's continue with the questions. I mean, I think the mechanics of how the race is generated can fix the issue. Yeah, if you have multiple alpacas and don't have chance to select the skills will be selected randomly. Yes, I'm like I have to double check with that with Levi. Maybe he gonna kill me for this, but I do believe yes. Uh, because yeah, if you have a lot of alpacas, it might take some time for you to choose out the skills for everyone. But like yeah, it should be randomly picked anyway. Solana Gaming is a shell company for money laundering, fraud, and corruption. So I'm not gonna go into that depth. It could be, could be. I can just say what I know from my own personal experience. That Solana Gaming is pretty much doing nothing at all, and they are paying themselves some good salaries, and they are promoting their own personal accounts out of nothing at all. It just like sucks to see. Please remember, if you still need to make cuts with salary, there is one person who can be fired. Yeah, Satoshi is actually doing this for love of the game. And yeah, I really appreciate the mods and everything. Cause like, yeah, we're not really in a great situation as of now to pay. Yeah, if we're back to the track, we're gonna be paying, of course. Does it make sense to focus on one product and try to make it perfect instead of having many? Yeah, I agree on that. The reason why we have many products though is like we try to see which makes more sense. Let's say, so the reason why we're launching right now everything is to eliminate like what makes sense to focus and what doesn't make sense to focus. And let's say we see that Alpaca Dash gets the most attention, it gets the most vibes and everything. We're gonna focus all the resources on Alpaca Dash. If we get attention that let's say mobile only farms is doing amazing, then we're gonna try to focus like all our attention on that, and that's the goal. And our goal was never to have like multiple billion-dollar games at the same time. I'm like that's great, but that's not realistic. The goal was to like once the file web version fell off a little bit because of like original success, and then like people were not that excited anymore. We tried to see what could be the next best thing in Web3 gaming. Unfortunately, Web3 gaming died entirely, but we try to still see what makes the most sense as of now. And now we have several options. We're gonna see which makes the most sense, and then we're gonna double down on that. It doesn't mean join the other project, but can focus on promising. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. Now in time of like 3 weeks, we're gonna or 4 weeks, we're gonna be having everything live, everything that we have, and we're just gonna see which mode made the most waves and what grabbed the most attention, and then we're gonna try to market that the most, talk with different people about that most, and try to sell that product the best. It still might not be enough, but like that's the best way to go forward. That glad to hear brings me back to humanity. Appreciate that. So see, Satoshi is not that bad of a guy. He owes me 99,000, but I'm not in a rush. He can come back with it once we fundraise. Yeah, I guess Satoshi, I, I did owe you 99,000 DFL. I'll be sending you 99,000 DFL once we do a fundraise. So no worries on that. More races, noob race at the same time as a grinder race. The problem with the more races is like it takes the generating races is like a double-edged sword. If there are like too many races, people might split a lot, and you might have not many races happening because there are like people spreading to the different races. And if you have a lot of players, then of course a lot of races is good. But right now, having more races right now, I'm not really sure if it will do anything. That's one thing. Second thing is like generating a lot of races also is it costs a lot on the back end. It's not that simple operation to do the just generate base. It does a lot of calculations and simulations just for every alpaca, including all the secret stats and secret gens and skills and everything. It takes a lot of calculations to update in real time. So yeah, it's a little bit like it will double our cost if we have two more, like twice more alpaca bases. So that's additional something to also think about. That adds more faith into humanity. That was like that was great for like 2 minutes. Good faith in humanity for 2 minutes. Everything is randomized, meaning user maps are not based on data of like past, let's say, 2K races. No, it's fully random as of now. Like new race, every single stat about the race is randomized before the race is created. Will be playable on PSG1 from Play Solana, maybe some kind of co-op. Yeah, so we talked with Play Solana before. DeFi and mobile will be playable on Play Solana, PSG1, because it's a pretty much like an Android kind of device. So as of now, our Alpaca Dash is not an Android game. It's like a web game, so it's not gonna be playable on that. But the DeFi and mobile only farms will be playable on that, and potentially the Alpaca Run as well. Alpaca Run as well. We might be doing some kind of partnership with them because like we talked with them several months ago when they seemed like good people. A little bit of insiders as well though. I think it's great to have the way to analyze last X number of races and see ratio of players who won. Let's say level 10, 20, 10, 20, 30, 40. The races that will be generated are based on those data. The rules could also solve a gap. I had to sneeze, guys. Sorry. So yeah, I'm not really sure what you're saying by analyzing data. Let's say we have the data of last 1,000 races. What we do with that then? Let's say we see this guy won, this guy lost, and everything, and what we do then? What's the prize pool for the tournament? As of now, it's 500k DFL. Should I register all my alpacas? Sure, go for it. Hopefully, we not our server's not gonna break down on the tomorrow, basically on the tournament day, because yeah, that's gonna be bad. By the way, have you been able to secure some collab with Solana Mobile 2 to be pre-installed on device? They were a little bit scared about pre-installs because they said they did one collaboration about the pre-installing something and they got scammed pretty much, and there were some security issues about that. So they're not gonna be doing anything with the pre-installing anymore. But we're gonna be on the App Store and we may get the banner on this like the App Store saying that like Only Farms is live, play and download the Only Farms. Race with max cap of 300 could be a mix of alpacas that is like level 20s, 20 plus, and level 1s. The disadvantage of that obviously with skills. The level 1 player will realize that won't join max cap. For like, but the racing and yeah, I mean like I 100% understand the problem. I'm 100% for the idea of fixing that. The problem is that if we do that and we do 2 or 3 rules on top of each other, it makes less participants to participate in that, and those races might not even start. We can try that, and we have tried that before internally, and it was like way harder to find alpacas for those races. I do believe that's the same thing that's gonna happen if we do it now as well. But for you guys to see, we can also try that and just let you guys see that that's how it works. Are you open to new blockchain integration where you can get more attention or the support? Yeah, 100%. That's why I'm saying this. Running network and the Sui network, those two are right now the biggest on the gaming, and I guess like we going on one of those could be something that helps our game overall. Can watch tournament races and progress. Yeah, even you're not, if you're not even participant there, you can see all the lobbies, you can see all the data, you can see all the numbers, who ran in how fast, and like who eliminated which from which lobby, who got qualified from which lobby. You can see all the data. See, the problem is like you cannot really watch all the races because like if you join one race, you cannot look at the other races, right? Because like everything, like a lot of races will be happening in parallel, but not all the races, but like many of them. And but you can see all the data outside, and you will see when the races are done and when the new round starts. You can see everything. Can we watch tournament races? And oh yeah, I just read that. Those analyzed data will be used to generate maps that will be more utilized by players. Um, so I mean, like I understand, like we analyze the data and then generate new maps based on that. But can you tell me the logic? Let's say we have the data. What is the logic? How we create a new map? Like how do we analyze or how do we improve the new map generation based on data? Because we have the data, we have the new map generation logic, but what's the logic exactly? How we're generating this new thing? What time starts the tournament? How long can we expect to last? So it really depends on the number of the racers, and then it also depends on how fast the races will end. But I would say several hours till the tournament ends. I would say this from the beginning, and I do believe it started 3 p.m. UTC time, but I have to check. I'm not really sure. I have to check that. Can we watch tournaments races with 34 screens? 100%. If you have 34 screens or 34 different kind of mini screens, mini visualizers, you can watch that 100%. So now we have 343 participants. That's a lot. I do really hope that our tournament does not get stuck or crashed or something. I do really hope. Logic is that the data will probably indicate what maps are played the most and what maps are not because of. So you mean that, let's say, look at the data and see which kind of races and which kind of rules were played by the most people? Let's say, look at the data and sort the like history of the races by the participant amount or what. If we sort it by the participant amount, I do believe it's gonna be races which are played by Marix's Way, Rodesta, and like active players. I do believe that's what's gonna happen. And if we do that, it's not gonna be something that helps noobs. I 100% guarantee that. So data might be a little bit tricky to analyze. Like, because imagine you were a programmer, not a programmer, let's say team lead, and you have to come up with the logic. You have the data, everything, all the data you have, who won, who went, who did what, how much, what was the lap time, and everything. You have everything like that, and then you have to write the logic in English, not in the code. Let me know what to write to make sure the new map generated on this data is good, because it's a little bit hard to use the data in a good way to make sure the new maps are better. Better for who? And that's also an additional question. Is like better for you might not be better for Marixus. Better for you might not be good for Satoshi. Vice versa for Mr. Savage. It's like it differs a lot. So, and also let's say we have two different like like modes, like beginner mode or advanced mode, then there are like the people who are like lost in the middle, like they are not really 100 level, or they are not really having amazing one-of-one alpacas, but they maybe have good non-mythic alpacas on level 10. Are they beginner? Are they advanced? It's just really really hard. So if we do not consider like the winners, that our participant amount, who what kind of races were most active and everything, then it means that we don't really need to look at the data, and we just should really come up with some kind of logic ourselves. And I'm not saying that's wrong. I'm just saying that it's like a little bit tricky to come up with some kind of logic to make you happy, make Meroxes happy, make whales happy. It's hard. That's all I'm saying. And I agree that maybe we should have more races for noobs, for more races for the people who to level up their alpacas. I agree on that. But it's really hard to balance. Like, should it be like 7% of all the races per day? Should it be 10%? Should it be 1%? Maybe 100%? Like, it's something hard. And yeah, I'm not trying to argue with you here, or just I'm not saying that you're trying to find creative races for you to win the money, or I'm not just not saying that. I'm just like saying from my perspective as a team lead of the project, it's really hard to know or write something that is right for everyone, and even for retention. It's like if we think about the noob retention, maybe then the people who are OGs, they get angry and they leave. So that's like a double-edged sword on every single thing. I think you should create this, some kind of elo ranking. The higher you're in elo, you get some kind of penalty randomized. Um, and like attention of your, because yeah, I mean injury was something that we were also thinking, and also like elo system. I'm not sure if you remember if we did the testing with you guys, but we had the elo system, and the elo system we had. I'm not. Did we have the testing with you? Because I remember like a year or 2 years ago, we had this LO system, which was like matchmaking was basically based on this LO. And let's say if you're one of one, let's say it's a king alpaca racing against my random alpaca, like mid-tier alpaca, and you lose, you were losing a lot of elo, and I was gaining a lot of elo, but it was not solving anything pretty much, because like even if that happens, then like next races I'm gonna get slaughtered anyway, and it was not really fixing anything. But like injuries is a good idea, and the thing is that if we introduce the injuries, then we also like you need to introduce the healing periods and like a bunch of different things. So it like adds additional layer on top of the game, which I'm not saying it's bad. It's like it requires some more thinking. It requires some more game mechanics and dynamics, and see how that has like more um, effect overall on the game, which could be amazing, but like a little bit tricky as of now. If we, let's say, decided to double down on Alpaca Dash, and we have resources to already go for new stuff, I'm 100% for it. I would stick to 5 for beginners, 3 for medium, 1 for pros, each hour at start, 10 minutes intervals each. Uh, could be a thing. Uh, could be a great idea, but it's like, how do you define beginners? Like, how do you define medium, like, or the pros? So, like, is the pros only for one of ones, or mythics also? Is it, if it's just one race for pros, and I have mythic and I'm also considered as a pro, and Marvexes is smoking me every time, I don't want to play that anymore, right? So it's like, I just want you guys to understand it's really hard, and yeah, it's really hard to balance all this stuff. Injured meaning he doesn't perform the race. Yeah, I mean, like that was what we were doing. I'm not sure if you guys remember, but at the beginning, the main idea and the way our races would work was that your alpacas are getting tired. You don't see that, but like let's say if you race your alpaca like 10 times, 20 times per day, it will perform more and more worse. And if you give it like a long time to rest, it will like do better. That's also a good thing we were thinking. But then the reason why we did not really go with it was that then it would um, disincentivize you to race a lot. And right now we want the people to race a lot. We want you guys to go out there and race. And if we had that, there will be less races happening. So we thought that at the beginning it would be a little bit a bad idea to have that limitation. Because like let's say if I'm a super active player and I'm incentivized to give more times between the races, there will be less races happening by these active players, so which might be a little bit bad at the beginning. But let's say we have many players, 100% that we have to do that. Hopefully, you guys understand like what I mean by that. Pros are high level with many unlocked skills, methinks. Pros are high level. Yeah, I agree on that. But it's still like, what is the many unlocked skill? Is it like 10? Is it 15? Is it like, you always need this threshold? If we give some kind of label to something, then you always need the threshold, and then it's like becomes a little bit tricky. If threshold, then let's say if it's like 15, if I have 14, am I not pro? If I have 100 skills unlocked, so it's like a little bit hard to balance. But also, then you need to make the threshold dynamic, and then like everything gets even more difficult. Would like to pay some DFL at least, increase some stats closer to the next stat restriction, or pay DFL to randomize all stats but keep the same sum. Yeah, I get that idea. That could be a really fun mode or a fun kind of mechanic to have better chance for your alpaca, but it's like everyone then gonna pay the money, or maybe you pay the money and no one gonna register in the law because like they see that it's like someone paid the money to have better chances, so they're not gonna risk it. So it's a little bit hard. I would say to split for the start of Alpaca with level of races plus level of Alpaca as well. Fair. So Alpaca with some sort of 281 pay DFL TP, increase some to 300. No, pay DFL to increase the sum to 300. Yeah, I get it, but like then what if someone else also wants to pay some money as well? Since skills are tiered for a reason, I think pros Alpaca could be based on the threshold. That could be as well. You could have a rule that says can only use skill level lower than 3 or something. Yeah, that's also a good idea for the rules as well, to have like you can't use your pro skills here. That's also a good idea. Or like having the limitation. Right now you have 15 skill points in the race. You maybe in some races there are like 5 or 10 or 3, right? So you can just use 5 tier 1 skills like this, or 8, or like you can have like different dynamic rules based on that as well. That could be a good limitation additionally. I agree. The thing is like there are like so many different things you can do. It's like really hard to kind of forecast what's gonna do better, what's gonna perform, like what's gonna be like more incentivizing for people to race, and like, make some people more active and make some people more incentivized to play a lot and bring the new users. So it's really hard to think there, even though there might be some solution. With a limited resource, especially, it's really hard to focus on that and do the research and development. And the biggest problem is that you can think a lot about this, but unless you test it with the actual user base, you're never gonna know. You can hypothetically say a lot of stuff, but unless you test it and it works, you cannot really say that this is the way you're gonna work. You could have good ideas, but still the testing is the something that you need, and testing on the scale and not losing a lot of players is hard. I think this one can also solve max gap with a level gap without doing two rules. Yeah, I agree. This could be something we can implement, as I said, 100%. Okay, with that, I guess like I've received a lot of good feedback actually, and I've actually let's watch one race. I'm gonna enter in the race right now, which is starting in 14 seconds, and let's see what happens. This is on this new map. Alpaca should have handling value less than 46. Let's see what happens. I registered my alpaca with just the 4 skills that it has, and let's see what we have here. There are gonna be some mythic alpacas. I can sense. I can sense there are some mythics sitting here to take my money. Okay, I see 1 mythic already, 2 mythics, 3, 4 mythics in here with the goddamn good skills. hate to see it, to be honest, but it is what it is, right? It is what it is. Let's still anyway get into the race and see how that plays out. Okay. Share screen, that's a good idea. I'm gonna be a little bit behind because I just I just got into the game. But anyway, let's see. Do not spoil me, please. I do believe you guys, some of you will be like 20, 30 seconds in front, so please do not spoil me. I really love the music on this one though. The music on this one is pretty funny. Like the race music itself brings the vibes. Nah, man, what is this? Like this guy's already had like by a lot, and even this guy, my guy is struggling. Nah, man, nah, what is this? Look at this guy. He's not even close. Look at this. Look at this all this cute alpaca baby alpaca sculptures out of ice. Okay, it's JF alpaca. Let's see who is 9. It's Wei, okay. This is JF again. So JF is farming me. That's what's happening here. But my alpaca is on the 5th place. Maybe he has some chance. No? Maybe we have some chance. No? Please? What if we make a comeback? Okay, we are almost 3rd place. Oh, not 3rd, actually. I forgot that JF is like in front. Okay, okay. Never mind, guys. Never mind. Okay, I barely got number 5. It's still good. I was not really expecting to even get the number 5. Congrats to JF. Good race. Good one, guys. Good one. Okay. Hopefully I got some XP at least from this one so that I can use it to level up a little bit. But congrats, sir. So with that being said, as we reach the end of the farmer souls, let's do several more giveaways. If you guys like have some more questions as well, feel free to drop that. I'll answer that. Meanwhile, we're waiting for the winners, so I'm gonna react to that myself. And let's see who will be the winner of this one. We have 16 participants, right, listeners, and there are only 9 participants in this giveaway. So, guys, if you're listening to the Farmer Souls and not reacting to the, to this kind of giveaway, why you're not? That's a question. Why you are not reacting? And the winner is Mavericks. Congrats, sir. 20k DFL will go your way. You win the races. You win in the. Let's actually see how much of a P&L the King has. So King has 300k DFL profit. Let's say how much the Unicorn has. He has 223k. Okay, okay. But let's see about the wallets. Mavericks has 1.3 million profit in DFLs. That's crazy. That's crazy. But let's run another giveaway. Maybe Mavericks should be running the giveaways here. Maybe he's the one who should be running some giveaways. Just joking, but yeah, that's crazy. Let's see Satoshi. What Satoshi's alpaca is up to. Satoshi has 80,000. Not that bad. Not that bad, to be honest. Satoshi. Who's the owner of the soldier? I forgot about that. Okay, meanwhile, I'm gonna react to the giveaway. There is no way that the owner of a Crusader alpaca is in the minus. There is no way. In negative P&L. Congrats on the win, Bolo. 20k DFL will go your way. Can you guys remind who is the owner of the Crusader? I forgot about that. Meanwhile, I'm gonna run 2 more giveaways before we finalize today's Farmer Soul. And the next week we're gonna be launching the mobile, guys, by the way. The mobile only farms will be coming on the way. Okay, let's see. It's hopefully on Monday though. Like it's gonna be the next week, but the Monday is the target. I'm gonna double check everything and stuff, and hopefully the Monday gonna be the thing. And I'll be interactive with Crusader. So it's yours, right, Below Crusader? Yeah, it's level 10, so that could be the reason. Satoshi 20k DFL goes to Satoshi. I guess there are gonna be some people very happy about this, but let's do the one final giveaway of today, and then we're gonna wrap up. But if you guys have any other questions, always feel free to drop those. I'm always there to answer those. And yeah, the market bounced a little bit because like the Solana went to 175, 176. Right now it's at 178, 179. Hopefully we're gonna see some nice bounce. Bitcoin dropped a little bit as well, so hopefully we have a little bit 2 more weeks of a good price action. Maybe some pause, some sideways, and then back into the October we just have another bull run. Who knows, right? Hopefully that's how it's gonna play out, but we're gonna see. We're gonna wait and see, but do not get over leveraged, guys. Do not get liquidated. That's the main thing. And the final winner of today's giveaway is the Mr. Savage. 20k DFL will go your way. So appreciate each one of you guys for coming today, asking questions, giving your thoughts, and being so passionate about the Alpaca game. The tournament we'll be having tomorrow. I'm gonna be really excited to see how the tournament plays out. I'll be just like we're gonna be on the team, just trying to make sure that it happens, so that it doesn't get laggy or it doesn't get super kind of buggy, or the games start at least and it happens. So we're gonna try our best. So with that being said, appreciate each one of you guys. Today is Friday. Do not drink a lot of alcohol. Drink a lot of water. Stay hydrated. It's a really hot summer based on like it really depends where you are, but I believe it's really hot everywhere. So make sure you stay hydrated. If you have any questions about alpacas or DeFi or the mobile only farmers Pacatails, feel free to let me know. Meanwhile, we're gonna try to make sure that we do everything right. We do everything the best that we can, and use the resources in the most efficient way. Love you all. Appreciate each one of you once again. And if you need to claim the prizes, or if you have some questions and you want to chat a little bit on any subject, you know where to find me. So love you all, guys, and see you soon. Bye bye. And good luck on the tournament tomorrow. Let's see who wins this one. Bye bye.